So today we're going to talk about what I call the trust funnel. Now, a lot of you, this is not your first rodeo. There's a lot of people copying and pasting what a funnel is and what a marketing funnel is. So for those of you and who might be newer to me, I like to just like call on people. And all of our master classes that I do are always very interactive and live. So if you're not already on camera and you can make it on camera, please join. Nobody cares what you look like. It
Mm.
just helps me as a facilitator know that you're alive and awake. And Reina, have you heard of what a marketing funnel is before? Can you give a brief 2, 3 sentences what you would describe as a marketing funnel?
It's a way from getting your customer from one site or place to another.
Yes. Oh, that, you know what? Very succinct. Good job. Like that's literally what a funnel is, right? Like getting your customer from point A to point B, from being not a customer to a happy customer. So I love that. So I would love to hear from a few folks. Jason, do you currently have a marketing funnel and how is it working so far?
I'm not sure if I do have a marketing funnel. I'm kind of
Okay.
spread thin across several different things that I'm doing.
Okay. So when you say you're not sure, as in there might be one in there or there is one and it's not
You know, I
working well?
mean, I have a website that, leads to my book and to my award travel consultations. I have
Mm-hmm.
other websites that lead to attendance or sponsorship of my conferences that I produce.
Okay.
So I guess those count as funnels, but they're not
Okay.
very deep or long funnels, I suppose.
Okay. All right. Helpful. And Jason, welcome. I'm glad that you're
Sure.
here. So Jason, Reina, and I are part of a network called the Financial Influencer Network, and we're all going to be meeting up at the summit and really excited because Jason and Reina will both be giving talks there as well. So Lucretia, do you have a funnel? How's it going?
I have a piece of a funnel, I guess. So I do have a link in my bio that goes to a calendar where you can book me for like a 15-minute like discovery call. But after that, there's nothing else. So it's like discovering
Okay.
what?
Honest. I love it. She's like, I get people to the meeting, and then after that, we don't it's
Yep.
free for all from there.
Yep.
Okay. Totally fair. And then Kevin, since you're unmuted, do you mind sharing? Do you have a funnel and how's it going?
Yeah, Yellow Funnel, it's going pretty well. I have free content on YouTube and Instagram, and I usually have a link that has like, hey, download this free guide. You download the guide, you get an email list. And once you're on the email list, you'll get a series of emails that say, hey, book me if you have questions about the market, so on and so forth. And then we have a call, and then you become a client. So that is the current funnel.
Love it. So are there any challenges with the funnel? Do you feel like there's areas that you want to improve in?
It's really just increasing the size and getting more people into that funnel. Running more ads, getting better at the top of the funnel, things like that.
Mhm. Awesome. And I'm just going to call on someone, or does anyone else want to talk about whether or not they have a funnel or a challenge they're having with funnel before I just randomly call on somebody?
Sure, I will.
Go ahead.
So I definitely do, but I have noticed that I haven't always been attracting the people that I'd like to attract as clients. And that's why
Mm.
I'm sharing it because I'm guessing someone else might feel this way. So I'm actively working with someone on copy and freshening up my website or redoing it really, because I realize the funnel's working, but not the way I want it to. So I definitely need to get the wording, the copy. Once that's improved, I think it'll make a big difference.
Okay, I'm so glad that you mentioned that. Just because your funnel has people coming through, it does not mean that they're ultimately the people that you want or are going to pay. So that's an interesting. Kevin's like nodding his head. He's like, yes, that sounds familiar. And then Petra Ann, what were you going to say? And then Melissa.
Yes, I built one the end of last year, and I built it through, it was to get the free 5-day money clarity workbook. And what I did that for is to get them on my email list. And since they've been on my email list, I've been keeping them warm with newsletter weekly. And I usually give that funnel out or give that lead magnet out every time I do a workshop.
Okay. How's it going for you?
Good. I just been keeping them warm and cultivating them. The hope is the goal was or is to for my digital course that's coming out in August. But when that come out, I have that email list growth that I need so I can sell then. How about CTA then?
Mm-hmm. Okay. Awesome. For those who don't know what a CTA is, what is a CTA?
call to action.
There you go. Awesome. And then Raina, go ahead.
Hey, so I have, I guess, a different kind of funnel too. So I have my website and all that. But when I have articles, even when if it's mentioned, linked, maybe not linked, where like I'm being interviewed, like NPR or something, I'm not getting the signups that I would like for my course. But then when I mention something else in one of my articles, people pick up, oh, like I had 500 people from a Costco people pick up the kit.
Mm-hmm.
But for that I did, that doesn't affect me at all, profit wise or anything, but not the course. And I think I want to figure out how to market the nutrition course better.
Mm-hmm.
Nutrition, and it's something that Lynette actually participated in with me as well.
Cool.
But I know there's a lot to it with personalized nutrition, and it's a good course, but I really need to think about, and I can get interviews about it and all that, but I need to figure out how to take that from there to sales.
Great. Awesome. Oh, I'm learning so much about you. I'm so glad you're on this call. And Melissa, what are you going to say?
Yeah, so I have an opt-in in all of those things. So yes to the funnel. I guess my question is more around LinkedIn. Like, do you know any best practices to get people off of engaging with you on LinkedIn into your funnel?
Yeah, the answer is yes. And we'll talk through that. Okay. So anyone else want to say their peace of mind? Because I think this is also part therapy, funnel therapy. If your funnel's not working for you, go ahead, Heather.
Yeah, I just put in the chat, my funnel's clogged. So it feels like I have the awareness piece from LinkedIn. And then I also have a freebie. And then I get stuck with it converting to anything or going, like then they can schedule a call with me, like a 15-minute, but nothing. I don't get anything after that. I don't
Okay.
really even get a lot of interest in the like, hey, talk to me for 15 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So thank you for sharing that. Anyone else feeling that way too? You're like, somewhere my funnel is clogged. Anyone? No? Everyone's like, all just people are flowing all the way through, just making a ton of money. Are we all good here? End session early. Okay. So here is what I'll say. I'm hearing a lot of, it sounds like a lot of us copy pasted someone else's funnel. Because a lot of us are like doing the same thing. We're like social media, then the freebie, then the email, then the offer, then hopefully become rich. Right. And what I'm going to go through today is not anything like earth shattering, but I promise no matter where you are in your business, whether your funnel doesn't exist or you have a funnel and it's like, has people in it, after today, you're going to have to you're going to have some clear, tangible things on where you need to clean up.
Hi, everyone. I am Harlan Landis. I'm the founder of the Plutus Foundation. Plutus Foundation started back in 2008 with the Plutus Awards, and now we support financial advisors, content creators, coaches, anyone who has any kind of business related to spreading good financial advice throughout the world. And we are hosting our Impact Summit in person May 6th through 8th in Charlotte, North Carolina, where you're going to get people like Bernadette and Lynette Calfani Cox and Kevin Matthews will be there, and so many other people are going to be leading great sessions on reaching 1 million followers or community members, earning $1 million and keeping $1 million, all within what you're doing in everything that you're doing today for financial content or advice. So yeah, with that, I really want to just hand this over to Bernadette, who you all know, and she is going to talk today for the next session that's going to lead to the Plutus Impact Summit. So thank you, Bernadette.
Okay. And right before, when was it? Harlan and I were talking last week, and he was saying that he really wants to understand what the challenges of people within his particular space, which is the personal finance space. I am more broadly a business coach. I don't just focus in the personal finance space. A lot of my people are in personal finance. But what I'm going to teach today really applies to any service-based business, because ultimately what you're selling is a solution. So that's like number one. A lot of you are still stuck on the idea that you're selling yourself and your time, and that's not right. Nobody, no, like we ain't Pretty Woman, like ain't nobody selling themselves here. We're selling a solution to our clients. Okay. So some of you are getting stuck and your funnel is stuck because you think like, oh, if I come in and put a bunch of makeup on and I like put some like, TikTok reels or whatever, like that's what people are buying. No, people don't care about you. So lesson number one today is nobody cares about us. They care about themselves. So what are you offering that will help them care about their own life and make their life better? Okay. So I'm sure everyone has seen some version of this graphic. This is how I have interpreted the funnel. And I want you to really think about, are you actually connecting to humans? Real question. Because last I checked, like we're not trying to sell to AI, but we're using a lot of AI to sell to people and think that people can't tell. Let me be clear, y'all. Everyone can tell when you're using AI. You know what was really wild? I went to a conference. I won't say which one, but a lot of us have been to this conference. And a week later, we all did the thing, right? Where we scan the QR code at the end of the conference, right? And then you get put into their email list. And you know what? 2 people had the exact same email sequence. I literally could put the 2 email sequences side by side and they were literally the same, except for like minor changes. So I'm going to tell you guys, like, we're saturated. We're saturated in coaching. We're saturated in consulting. We're saturated in masterminds or whatever. Y'all don't think someone has already seen a version of your funnel? You are mistaken, right? So today is a day that we have to say, okay, what am I actually selling? And what is my unique proposition for people to actually buy the thing that I am selling? Okay. So we'll get into like offers as like another day. And by the way, like you are in a version of my funnel right now. Like right now you are in my funnel because you showed up here today. All right. So here's how I approach my business. And then I'm going to show you some like real examples. And then we'll talk through what needs to change in your business. And I'm not saying I'm the most perfect person. I'm just going to say that like how I've run this has allowed me to work 20 hours a week and make $1 million and retire early. Okay. So like, that's the other thing. A lot of these people are selling these funnels and they still work in a lot for a long time. Okay. So Tony Stour, who's part of our group, he has introduced me to this idea of like the 1,000 true fans. I'm sure some of you have heard this before. Like there's this concept out there. You can go read about it. Just look up 1,000 true fans. You can build a solid business on 1,000 true fans. Now, some of you might be like, holy shit, like 1,000 is a lot of people. I ain't got nobody right now. Or you might be like Kevin. Kevin has a lot of people who follows his content right now. But how many of them would show up for him in real life? That's actually the way I want you to think about this. A true fan would show up for you in real life. Those are the people who are most likely to pay and have a true relationship, not like a parasocial, I just follow you on social media relationship. And that's what a lot of us are doing. All right. So this is my funnel to 1,000 true fans. I think I'm like 80% of the way there. I think I have like 800 solid people who would actually show up to a live event because I asked them to. So underneath here, you'll say, this is how you create energizing two-way business relationships instead of exhausting one-side efforts. How many of you, raise of hands, feel like this, like your business right now is an exhausting one-sided effort? Michelle, Catherine, Raina, Melissa. If it feels like an exhausting one-sided effort, something has got to change. And it's probably feeling one-sided because you are doing, in the K-pop world, we call this the pick-me vibe. Marie, like, what's the pick-me vibe? She went, yep. What is the pick-me vibe?
It's that thirsty, desperate sort of conform to any standard in order to get the like.
Yeah. Oh, wow. That was very articulate. Man, you guys are like really sounding way smarter than me today. That's perfect, right? It's like, so I totally plan on being a Pick Me fan, by the way, at BTS concerts. Like, I'm going to 14 of them this summer. And I've decided I'm probably going to make AJ and I wear like light up vests so that they will just notice. So the same couple at these 14, like, pick me, right? Great for BTS concerts, not great for business. All right. So the funnel, just to make sure we're all on the same page, a funnel is a standardized process that you follow consistently, not when you feel like it, such that you consistently produce potential customers that will lead into people who will advocate for your business. Okay? So if you're just doing this sometimes, it's not really a funnel. This has to happen pretty much 365 days of the year. So that's number one. Some of you, your funnels are not working because you just do it when you feel like it. And that's not gonna fly. Okay? All right. So the way that I think about the funnel is I am trying to build relationships with actual humans. Here's a difference between a content creator and a business owner. Content creator serves audiences, business owners serve clients. Some of you are treating clients as like audiences, like I'm the performer, I'm the hero, you guys come follow me. People are not going to pay for that unless you're BTS, right? So if you're a content creator and you want to actually make money other than like pick me brand deals, you need to offer a service that helps people solve their problems. I think we all know that, right? Now the question then becomes, are you solving a problem that's worth paying for? That's another question. Do people even understand they have that problem? And how do you show that you're the unique person to solve the problem for a particular type of person? So Alyssa had a great point. She has people in her funnel, but then they're like, it's not the right people. Which for a long time I had that issue too. Because I was just like, pick me, and people like me because I was funny or whatever, but then they didn't want to like pay money or actually do any work. Okay. So if you notice on the sides here of my funnel, I have these little things, and this is the way I want you to think about your funnel from now on. Okay. These are the 5 ways you think about it. See you, like you, know you, trust you, thank you. Okay. Fun exercise. Let's all say it together, okay? You can leave it muted for now, except for Jason. He's on. Nope, you're already unmuted, so you're gonna have to say it along with me, right? So on count of 3, we'll all say this together, right? 1, 2, 3. See you.
See you, like
you,
you,
know you, trust
trust
you,
you,
thank you.
Yeah.
The problem that I already see a lot of you guys doing, because I stalk a lot of you guys, is you're trying to get someone to trust you at the very top of on social media. You're asking someone to know you before they like you. You guys are skipping steps. And then especially if you're doing something that's a quote unquote high ticket offer that people, freaking business coaches love to talk about high ticket offers. If you're selling something that's more than $1,000, you will not get someone to just buy it off of YouTube or TikTok or whatever. Why should they? Would you just hand over $1,000 to someone just because they have cute videos on Instagram? Like, no. So I apologize. I don't have a good way to teach a get rich quick scheme. I am not like these other coaches who will tell you, hey, just, copy paste my thing and you'll become rich. Like, that's not how that works. That's not the reality of the situation here. I've been building my business for 6 years, and there are people who are coming into my funnel now who saw me 6 years ago. Like, I've taken the long game approach on this because I plan on doing this for a long time. But a lot of you are also like fucking up your funnels because you're impatient. You're expecting people to pay you after you. I've literally had people like, I posted like 10 Instagram posts and no one has bought my shit. I don't understand why. Did you buy something from someone after 10 Instagram posts? Like, think about this. Your people are humans, all right? So see you, like you, know you, trust you, thank you. So see you, very simply, is you are introducing them to the problem that you solve, not introducing to you. They see you and the problem that you solve. Okay, your personality, I'm sure everyone here has a great personality, is not enough. What do you solve? Then, like you, next, so assuming they saw you in the first place, then they have to say, oh, well, I like this particular person. So what is it about you that they will like about you? And then and a lot of us are relying on our looks or being funny or like editing or AI versus like, are you a genuine human being and can I relate to you? Then do they actually know you and know what you're capable of doing? So we can do this by helping them solve a small problem. Then after they've seen you, they like you, and they see that they've gotten some proof that you are able to help them with a small problem, that's when I think it's okay to ask them to pay you to solve a big problem. And if you want to make more money, then you have to solve bigger problems. A lot of you are trying to solve like $10 problems, $20 problems, $100 problems, $1,000 problems. But you won't you could do that. You're just going to need a lot more people at the top of the funnel. Okay. So just to help you guys think about this. Okay, we got some finance people in here, so I'm going to test math here. All right. If you're selling a $10 solution and you want to make $1 million, how many of those do you have to sell? Shout it out.
100,000.
100,000. So you can sell your $10 product, which is fine. You're going to have a fucking large funnel. Because only 10% of people will even look at it. So you need like 1 million people in your funnel if you're going to sell a $10 thing. All right. So if you're to sell a $1,000 product, how many do you have to sell to make $1 million?
1,000.
1,000. So do you think it's easier to find 100,000 people or 1,000 people? Okay. Then now, if you sell a $10,000 thing, I'll make it easier. If you sell a $100,000 thing, how many clients do you really need? Harlan is doing spirit fingers. He's doing Broadway is what I think he's doing, but I'm assuming he means 10. So if you sell a $100,000 thing, then you only need 10. Now, here's where I think a lot of people are fucking up is they're like, oh, now I'm just going to charge $100,000 for the same thing that I was charging $10 for. I'm seeing that a lot in the coaching space. I'm seeing a lot of people, you know what? Guess what? Someone told me that I'm worth it. And so I should raise my rates. So I'm going to raise my rates, even though I'm not going to improve the quality of the service or the quality of the solution or guarantee that person is getting the results. You cannot do that at that level. So everyone here right now, I want you to think about just give me the level that you're at right now with your core offer. Is it a $10 offer right now? Be honest. Don't say you have a $100,000 offer right now if you really don't. Okay. Is your offer right now your one main core offer? The one that if everything went to shit, this is the one offer that you would sell. Is it $10 right now? Is it $100? Is it $1,000? Is it $10,000? Is it $100,000? Or is it $1 million thing? Where are we truly? Okay. $9.99, $9.99, 400, 540, 10 to 200K, $100 an hour, 1,000. Okay, cool. So do you guys understand though, why the funnel is important? You need to know how many clients you need in order to make the money that you want to make. Last week, if you were here last week, we talked about, hey, if you want to make $1 million, you got to work into your FIRE number and figure out how much it is for you to actually grow a business without you having to work at it. That was last week, right? So if you are selling I'm going to use Jason's as an example. If you're selling $1,000 thing, right? Does this funnel even have a chance at having 1,000 people get to the bottom of maybe at the top? I'm talking about all the way to the bottom of the funnel where you have 1,000 true people who are genuinely excited about it. If the answer is yes, then your funnel is probably working pretty good, right? But if we're having trouble and people are getting clogged, it's probably because we missed something somewhere here. Okay. So see you, like you, know you. Then you ask, in the basic funnel, I only start asking for money here. Between the know you and trust you. I'm taking a lot of time to build trust with people so that they will willingly hand over money to me because we've crossed all the dots, or that's not the right, crossed all the T's, right? But in my more advanced funnel that I have now, I'm getting paid at every level. But that's not for today. Today is like, do you have one funnel that actually works well? All right. So let's do a test right now. In the chat, if you were to like squeeze what you have right now into this, you're introducing the problem that you solve, like you, know you, trust you, thank you. In the chat, I want to see what your current funnel is. So it could be something like Instagram, freebie, newsletter, masterclass, program. So everyone, I should see have 30 something responses in here of what your current funnel is. And if it's broken somewhere, or it's like, I only have steps 1 and 2 right now, or 1 and 3, then just say so. That way we can solve it in real time. So I love it. Miranda, out the gate here. She's literally, I put out a newsletter twice a year. Okay.
Have you met me? My God.
See, I love it. Miranda opened the gate so no one else can have a worse answer. Website, then word of mouth, then 15-minute consult. Okay. Honest. Even if your word of mouth, like Catherine said, there's still a funnel that's happening in the background. Like, how are people even doing word of mouth? So like Catherine's funnel might be happy customer at the top, and then website. I don't know. I don't know, but sometimes, like however that's going to be happening. So if we're wondering why we're not making consistent income, it's like, did you give even if you have like a word of mouth, then are you making it easy for your clients to refer? That would be a question I would have. Like, you can have an entire funnel, by the way, that has nothing on social media. So if your takeaway is like, I need to like start like dancing on TikTok right now, that's not the takeaway for today. Everyone can have a funnel. Like if Miranda's like, you know what, all I want to do is write newsletters, that could be the beginning of her funnel if that's what she wanted it to be. It doesn't have to have social media. But then we just have to accept that just the amount of people who are coming in, then you have to be excellent at every stage. Okay. Let's see here. Tamara said my funnel has been dormant for 2 years. Well, cool. But it was LinkedIn, IG, word of mouth, website, meeting, coffee, coaching, packages. Okay. Okay. So what I'm learning so far is no one here so far has a consistent, excellent funnel. Good job. That's why we're here. That's why we are here. All right. So I'm gonna call on Mariate for example, because her businesses has like nothing to do with like personal finance, and I think we can all relate to it. So Mariate, can you just share what your business is?
I'm an esthetician.
Okay. And so your funnel is not everyone might have seen it. So it's Instagram, then customer, then referral, then consultation, then treatment plan, then membership.
Yes.
So how are people, like, how many people do you think see you on Instagram and how many people convert? Like, what would percentage you think be? Like, if you had to guess today?
I would say maybe 5%.
Maybe 5%. Okay.
Yeah.
So that's actually probably right for all our businesses. So a lot of what the issues that I'm seeing, a lot of you guys are trying to have such a large piece at the top of the funnel, right? Like you're like, oh, I need like 1 million people to follow me on social media so that I can make my monies, versus like, okay, how do I be really good for just the people that I really want to pay me, and focusing on those people versus like what happens on social media. You can't control what the algorithm does. Okay. So let's talk through what like a real funnel looks like for me right now. I did not like prepare this in advance because I want you to show this is like the truth of like what life really looks like for me. Okay. So I decided this year, fuck all social media. I can't stand it. Right. And many of you who might know me personally is like, I have kind of the opposite problem that I think a lot of content creators have. I actually just posted about this yesterday. I've met a lot of content creators who seem really smart and like really put together online. And then you meet them in person and you're like, what's happening? What's happening here? Where I have like, often people are like, oh, I didn't know you were funny. I didn't know like you did this or whatever when they meet me in person. And because my social media, it's never really been like a huge driver for me. So this year I decided to just focus on threads. Why? Because I don't like putting on makeup, and I don't think people pay me for how I look. And I'm actually a better writer than I am anything else. I think I'm actually just like a decent writer. So I started my threads, I don't know, a year ago, 2 years ago. And all I've been doing is just literally putting my unfiltered thoughts on threads. There's no like thinking about it. It's like I wake up in the morning like that was a thought. Let me just post it on threads. And I post it particularly, and this is a takeaway I want you guys to understand. If social media is part of your funnel, it is for testing only. If you are like so stuck on likes and views, then you are being a creator and not a business owner. Do you get what I'm saying? Creators care about likes and views. Business owners care about conversion into the funnel. You're not trying to monetize attention. So if any of you are getting a lot of like likes and views and stuff, but no one's buying from you, it's because you're acting like a creator and not like a business owner. Creators monetize attention. They take your eyeballs and they sell it to other companies to sell you products. Okay. So for me, I'm just like, I'm talking about politics and religion and all this stuff I'm not supposed to be talking about, I guess, apparently. And I just share what I want to, right? And I post pretty religiously. Not because I think I have to, but I actually just genuinely kind of enjoy the vibe on threads. So lesson number one, pick one. If you're going to pick any sort of social media platform, you do not need to be on all of them. Pick one for the remainder of the year, 2026. So right now in the chat, accountability, pick the one. It doesn't mean you have to cut them all off, but like you should decide to be excellent at one of them. So which one are you going to be excellent at? Because you cannot be excellent at both LinkedIn and TikTok and Instagram and YouTube. It's just not feasible. There's two ways that you can pick it. Either it's where your customer is most likely to hang out. If you are, I'm going to say this lovingly, if you are a Gen Xer, TikTok is probably not the space for you. Okay. I am not on TikTok and I will never be on TikTok, even though I actually can dance decently well. Okay. So what is the one? You guys are trying to do too much. You're on all the platforms. Pick one. I decided for me this year is threads. That's it. Okay. So I post every day. And the reason I post is one, because I'm just honestly being myself. Okay. A lot of people will like love to point out my spelling errors. And I'm like, yeah, that's because I wrote it, not AI. Okay. And then every now and then, if I get, so you'll see here, right? The vast majority of my posts eat dirt. Okay. Like this one, 2 likes, this one, 9 likes. It was about my birthday and I only got 9 likes. So sad, right? So then, but then one will come up where I get, 100 likes and 58 comments. Interesting. And this one said, as a self-funded founder, now angel investor, the level of entitlement feels very strange among founders. They expect meetings, money, mentorship without showing any genuine interest in building a relationship or even bothering to Google me. It's literally them throwing pitch decks at me and expecting a blank check. I would say the reason that got a little bit more traction is because people aren't willing to say this stuff. Like, hey, founders, you don't just deserve money because you asked for it. And then when I look at the 58 comments, it's a lot of people saying like, no, why might that be happening? And then so like this person didn't understand, said, I'd like to speak to you. How can I arrange a meeting? I think maybe he's just being facetious. Who knows? I also like threads because people are hilarious, right? So, but look, these are genuine comments. These are not just, the people are actually reading what I said and trying to have a conversation. Are people genuinely trying to have a dialogue with you? Those people are more likely to engage with you than someone who just likes and moves along on your posts. So what are you putting out there that's actually getting people to have a dialogue? Okay. These are long ass responses. Okay. So this year I was like, oh, this is interesting because I am genuinely trying to be an angel investor. And so if I keep scrolling down, let me see if I can find it. If I cannot find it because I post so much here, then we will move on. But well, here's a lesson. Look how much I've been posting. Okay, here, look. I literally just posted this not having any, like, I didn't have any motive. It's just genuinely how I felt one day. I am an angel investor who has no interest in AI. I'm looking for human businesses, please and thank you. 4.9 thousand likes, 1.2 thousand comments. Okay. So, whoa, didn't expect this many responses. So then I was like, oh shit, what's happening here? And this entire thing, which is actually the reason I posted that other post saying, nobody look me up. Nobody cares about knowing. They just want money from me. Right. Look at all these people now just pitching me as though they think that I'm just going to be like, oh, you know what? That was a great little comment you just did here. I'm going to give you a blank check. Okay. So what did I do in this scenario? Well, guess what? I already have a funnel. And so what I did was I said to people, if you want to pitch me, I put this up in less than 2 hours. Okay. All of you have your, your Acuity or your, what's the other one called? Calendly, right? To do these 15-minute consults or whatever. Do I want to meet with 1,000 people and talk about their businesses for 15 minutes each? No, I do not. I really don't. Right. So what I did was I said multiple times, I said, okay, if you want to pitch me, I picked a day and time. It was March 3rd at 12 p.m. And I said, I'm going to host a Zoom just like this, and you will get to pitch me. You got a 5-minute pitch. You have to sign up. Okay. Out of those and you have to sign up by going into my newsletter. So you have to sign up for my newsletter, and I will only send out the details to the people in my newsletter. Because if you can't even sign up for my newsletter, I doubt you're a good pitcher. Okay. So I didn't create anything new, didn't create a new freebie. And was it confusing for some people? I definitely got some people who were like, are you just grifting me now? Because now you're trying to sell me products. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to sell you anything. The reason that I put people into this funnel for Crush Your Money Goals is because the vast majority of people who are asking me for money don't need that much money. Sounds like you have bad money habits, because like this business that you're trying to run costs maybe like $100 to start up. So why don't you have $100? Riddle me that. Right? So put them into the funnel. So now this is like, so they saw me, right? Then I'm giving them my freebie, which is the, Crush Your Money Goals guide, which, like, by the way, I hope I don't have to fund you. I hope you can self-fund yourself, because I'm going to charge you a very high interest rate. I would rather you fund yourself. Put them in through the Crush Your Money Goals freebie, and then they're getting the newsletter. But I write a genuine newsletter twice a week now. Some of you get my newsletters. I am writing all of those myself. And a lot of us are trying to like shortcut that, but how else are people going to get to know and like you? And I do it over email. I don't do it over social media anymore, because there's a lot of, if I'm being honest, social media has not been a safe space for me as a woman of color. It just really hasn't been. I've had a lot of people who are like try to come after me, like who will never buy from me. So I was like, why am I doing this? So I moved all of like my personal information, my true stories, my father-in-law yelling at me or whatever, into email. And twice a week, I'm writing a genuine story from my life in my email. Do you have to do exactly the same thing? No. But like if you're just sending like templated, like those two people from the conference I went to that just copy pasted the sequence, I promise you people can tell. Okay. So now we're see you, like you, right? Freebie. Know you is I set up the meeting, one-on-one, the live session. This is how I've circumvented. I haven't had to have a one-on-one consultation in 2.5 years, guys. A lot of you are following the funnel of like social media, newsletter, one-on-one consultation. How many of you guys have had a one-on-one consultation like, oh my God, what a fucking waste of time? Everyone's like, yes. Now, if you're going to do the one-on-one consultation, I think you can still do it, but you have to set all the expectations up front of what that consultation is for. You will not be doing free consulting. You will not be, you'll not be, like solving all their problems in that. Like when I say you solve a small problem in that meeting, it's what are you going to do about this? Do you even know what your problem is and what do you plan to do about this? You're not going to give them the solution. You're going to say, hey, this is a common thing I used to do in one-on-one consultations. They would say, oh, I really have money problems. I really have a lot of debt and stuff. And I'm like, okay, well, it's going to cost you $1,500 for me to work together. And like, well, I don't have $1,500. And I'm like, well, somehow you did to buy this, 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 and this. So the thing that you're trying to suss out, whether it is a masterclass, like that third piece in my funnel, to me, in my opinion, should always be a live, something live. So it's either a one-on-one consultation or it is a like what we're doing right now, but they have to see you as a person, as a real person who can solve their problem in real time. Okay. And the problem that you're solving is what are you going to do about the problem, not the problem itself. Does that make sense? So when I was doing one-on-one consultations and people would say, oh, I can't afford you. Then I'll say, so, okay, so the problem, you still have a money problem. So what are you going to do about it if you don't sign up with me? That was always my question. If you don't sign up with me, I'm not the right fit. I'm okay with that. So what are you going to do? Because usually their answer is nothing. Now, if you, again, have a more advanced like business where it's like, okay, you can't do the $1,500 thing, then you can do my thing for $47. You can buy my book. But I will not be like offering you free consulting or whatever if you just want to buy my book. And then you can just try it on your own. But everyone should still leave with a solution to the problem that they were trying to solve, which is like what to do about this. Even if they say, I don't plan on doing anything about it, the people in my Crush Your Money Goals know, like then what you teach them is acceptance. In that session, you say, okay, you don't want to sign up with me. You don't plan on like interviewing any other financial advisors or any other coaches or whatever. So then to be clear, so you're not planning to solve this problem. And that's okay. That's okay. But where a lot of you guys are getting left off is like, I see a lot of you guys doing this, like, okay, so like, we had the 15-minute consult. So like, let me send you my package. Let me send you more information about it. And then let me know what you think. No, you have to close in that meeting. You have to close in that meeting, even if it means they say no. Now, how do you close in that specific meeting is an entire session in and of itself. But where a lot of you are clogged here is you're not closing in this meeting. You're saying, okay, like I'm going to spend all this time telling you about myself and not about your problem. I'm not listening to you I'm just talking about myself the whole time. And then like now after the meeting, like I'm going to send you more information and then let me know if you want to pay me. Like that's not how that works. Right? Okay. So here is then when you have to do the offer. And then the next stage is the offer itself. Is your offer clear? And a lot of you have very unclear offers. Most of all, what I'm seeing is trading time for dollars. Meaning, oh, my solution to your problem is my time. Do you get what I'm saying? You're saying, hey, for, 10 sessions at an hour each, and you're going to pay me $600. Like, I can't guarantee if you're going to get results or not, but like, you're going to spend a lot of time with me. And I'm like, not even really sure that you fully like me or know who I am, but like, you should give me $1,000. Like, that's no. Right. So some of you are laughing because like, you're like, oh shit, this is what I'm doing. This is what I've been doing. Okay. So for me, my offer is Crush Your Money Goals, the boot camp. It is $1,500 for 12 weeks, and I will put you on a plan that will make you a millionaire in 10 years or less. One way to make this very clear is if you have to be offering a tangible result. I do not like coaches who are like, it's your fault if you don't solve the problem. No, if I told you I had a solution for you and you don't do it, or it doesn't work, that's my fault. If you don't do what I told you to do, that's your own fault. I'm very clear with my clients about that. I told you exactly what to do and you didn't do it. That's your fault. But if I didn't tell you what to do or what I told you doesn't work, that's a different problem, right? So the offer has to have a tangible result, and the easiest way to circumvent a hesitation on why they won't pay you is say, if it doesn't work, I'll give you your money back. Any business of integrity should be able to give the money back if they don't produce the result they said they were going to produce. That's my opinion. That's how it should be. So then it's not about cost anymore. Now it's about whether or not the person really wants to do it or solve the problem. Okay. Then the last piece of it is a thank you. And so the thank you can mean in the form of like a referral, like, are they willing to refer people over to you? Are they willing to write you a review? Are they willing, for me, the thank you is, are you willing to show up in person? So we can all celebrate and I can hug you in real life, because the vast majority of my clients do not live in Charlotte, where I am. Okay. So for me, if we go back to this trust funnel, right? So I went from here to from threads to from threads, I sent them here, which a lot of people who have, right, is a free guide. And in here, I just asked for name and email and how did you hear about me? And then I provide this guide that I did. And then here is where I'm talking to them very specifically and say, I am looking for people who are six-figure earners. So a lot of you are also having issues of people who are not paying because they actually can't afford to pay you. So I've specifically said, hey, if you're a household who makes six figures or more and you're still living paycheck to paycheck, something is not right with your finances, not with your income. And then I say a little bit about me here, and then that's it. Like, my landing page is not that complicated. Okay, so now I'm going to show you, you guys going to see like the ins and outs of this stuff. Is if we go here, this is my actual back end. This is the Kajabi. This is what I use to run my business. So you can see here, this is my all-time net revenue. Okay, so I'm not lying to you guys. All right. And then we go into my marketing. Okay. So email sequence, fine. Like, and a lot of you are like worried about copying, hiring copywriters for the email sequence, fine. But I do not suggest that you have a copywriter for your newsletter. I think it should be you. If you're the one who's delivering the service, it should be you. Okay. So then people are into my newsletter, and you'll see here, like, you can see like my open rates. Okay. So this one right here, this was like one of the most recent ones. This was last week's. I have 6,000 people on my email list because I was consistently on social media posting real shit, not just like what I thought would perform on the algorithm. Whenever something hit, that's when I would direct people into my funnel. So it's not all the time that people would, not every post is going to hit. Then I send out consistently. Before it was once a week. Now I'm up to twice a week. But once a week was like doing just fine for me before. And I have about a 44% open rate. Okay, which means about a little less than 3,000 people are reading my email every week. Okay. And then what I do is I take the same email and I resend it to the unopened people every week. And then usually another 15% of that number opens it. So I'm probably hovering around like 50% open. Now, this will work the same if you have 150 people, 200 people on your email list, but like, I'm begging all of you to have an email list and a newsletter, because we cannot rely on the billionaire run algorithms to push out our content. You need to own your customer list. Okay. So one easy thing is, like, if you've been only sending it one time and not doing the resend, always do the resend. And then when you do the resend, I try to change up the title to something different to see if that will like catch them then the first time. If they didn't open it the first time, then that one didn't make it work for them. So let me try something else. Okay. So now there's 3,000 people who are opening up my emails. So why would I go back and keep posting more content on social media for random strangers who just continue to scroll by? Why would I not double down on the people who are opening up my emails? Who's more likely to buy from me? People opening up my emails or people scrolling past my content on social media? Okay. So then within the emails, let me see if I have this example here. Whoop. So here, some quick tips on email writing. This is not like I just pick a few sentences to bold so that if someone skims it, they just read the bold sentences, the ones that like matter to me. And I do like 2 or 3 that are in italics. This is probably not correct, like from copywriting world, but it seems to work for me. Okay. And I always write these stories from a first person point of view. I always have a call to action. This week, I had a call to quiet instead of action. I basically told everyone, shut the fuck up and listen to what your intuition is telling you and stop overriding your intuition, right? And then at the bottom, I always have a consistent buy my book and whatever I'm trying to drive people into next. So this one, in this particular case, this was the pitch your business to an angel investor 3/3 at 12:12. This is what I told you guys. At 12:12 p.m., open call for founders to pitch me. And then people can click on that and then they sign up for the masterclass. And then they're in a masterclass like you guys are in right now. And then in the masterclass, after everyone has gone, if there is a genuine interest, I'm never trying to sell people for the sake of selling people. I'm like, what's going to happen in this masterclass? And by the way, all of you guys are welcome to attend if you want to join and you want to see how people pitch and how I'm going to like tell them that how to be better. Is if I see people are having a genuine issue with the problem that I'm trying to solve for them, then I will give them the offer that makes the sense to solve that problem. The offer in this case is going to be inviting people to come to the Plutus Impact Summit. You know why? Because there will be angel investors there. You know why? Because there'll be people teaching them how to run their business there. You know why? Because they'll meet other business owners who are probably stuck in the same boat as them and not making enough money. I'm not just asking them to come to the summit because I need to make money right now. I'm coming to the summit because I'm offering solutions at the summit. So the solution has to match the offer and has to match the problem. Okay. So that was longer than I expected, but I actually wanted to make sure I actually show you the real life example instead of just in theory. And for me, by the way, this changes quarterly. Because like like the last season, I was focused on people on just their personal finances. This season, I'm focused on the Plutus Summit as the main offer. And then the other thing is like a lot of what people are doing there, you have too many offers and like people don't know which one to sign up for. Okay. Now that you've seen all of this, questions or comments, and in the chat as accountability, I would love to see what is one thing you're going to do differently. Even if we never work together, what are you going to do differently after today?